it.
Yahoo's CEO, on the other hand, is not a computer science major. He has no degree.
Why does anyone do this?
Why would you lie on your resume and not
especially
merely,
as CEO
you're
level
already
of
making
a
it.
public corporation?
You're already making it. You don't have to lie. You're the CEO at Yahoo. You don't have to lie.
All right, now all right, when you say resume, what is this resume that he submitted, this piece of paper? Like, from what I heard, it was like a bio written up on him that he failed to dispute or something like that.
But there's a history. There's a history of it. Yeah, the Yahoo
he
website.
claimed it even. I mean,
this was...
Kara Swisher had a great article on this. There was an interview with him in 2009 when he's still with PayPal. eBay, PayPal. And
he was a CEO at PayPal as well.
And the interviewer said, well, I know that you have a degree in both computer science and accounting. That's perfect for PayPal. And he said, well, yeah, as an engineer.
That's not what he said.
Well, he said yes to what she said.
No, the question
all right, here it is.
Moira
Gunn on Tech Nation. Your old buddy, Moira Gunn.
My old buddy, Moira.
Yeah. Asked him about his college degrees, noting that they were in accounting and computer science. He said, quote.
And then the question was.
He said, what are the most important things you learned, said Moira. Yeah, says Thompson, failing to correct her.
See, but look, you guys know, you do interviews. What kind of douchebag would you be for somebody to ask you that question and rather than answer the question?
Well, Moira, actually,
well, technically,
I went to Stonehill College.
I've done it a number of times. I have a bunch of really old bios floating around, and somebody will introduce me at some conference or something right at the beginning with this long-winded introduction, and they'll say I did something, and I will correct the record before I give my speech.
He also said,
I always do that because
but you also correct the grammar of other people introducing
beside
you.
the point.
He also said in response, and that's really the background that I have, and it started back in my college days, and I think that's really the wonderful part of being an engineer is that you think this way.
Yeah.
Oh, this is disgusting.
Here's why it matters. I would agree.
Wait, hold on a second, Mike. What bullshit are you trying to cover up here with this argument?
Look,
what is your degree in, sir?
Did you really go to scam school?
Too much.
Come on.
Is scam school an accredited university?
Where is scam school?
I mean, maybe this is, I come from showbiz where everything is
everything's
like
bullshit.
Yeah, exactly, totally. Yeah. And so at some point, it's like you're not going to ruin someone else's show to correct every little thing. And plus, it's like, look, for example, there was no computer science degree program available at his university,
right?
But he has a narrative that is authentic. That he's,
he took computer science classes there,
right? And so if the story other people are reporting, because here's the problem. You cannot get in the business of going around correcting the media on all the things they get wrong about you. The media sucks balls at getting things right.
It was the Yahoo
website. There's not been a single article, even interviews with me, where they even quoted me correctly in all this. And if I made a job of going around saying, oh, no, it wasn't a nail in my ear, it was a nail in my eye.
Yeah, but if it was a nail in your eye or ear or whatever that was not supposed to be on your own website with arrows pointing to it, I think you would be...
Now, was it his website, or was it like Yahoo. He physically made it by himself, or somebody else made it and he didn't get around
like
to
the Yahoo, just corporate, wasn't it?
Yeah,
wasn't the corporate
somebody.
thing. It was bio on the corporate site.
The point is, all of this, only one thing matters. Can he do the job or can't he?
No, that's not what matters. That's not what matters. Here's why he should be fired.
All right.
The reason he should be fired is if a low-level person at Yahoo did this, he would be fired.
True.
And so we can either say, well, we have a double standard for millionaire CEOs. They get to get away with stuff the rest of us don't. But if any of us had real work instead of being journalists and media people, if we had real jobs and we worked at companies and our resume said we had a degree we didn't have, we would be fired. So if Yahoo wants to have a policy where if we catch you fudging your resume, you won't be fired, then I think that he also should be part of that policy. But I don't like this double standard.
I would hate to break it to you, but there exists a double standard between millionaire CEOs and low-level employees.
But we shouldn't agree with it.
But again, this guy did not write up a piece of paper with lies he wrote about himself. This is something that happened around. Okay, well, no, you're right. That's a good point. If he did, then certainly. If he intentionally lied, then that is definitely a problem. But this massive focus on a bio that was written about him that he failed to correct in this quote out of context from an interview from years ago.
It's not a minor aspect of the bio. It's not like he, was born on April 6th and it says April 5th.
All right, well, how about this?
It's like I've got a degree in computer science and I'm in a computer company.
Does that matter to if the CEO has a degree in computer science?
No, not at all. In fact, most CEOs don't have degrees in computer science. They're usually in management or something else.
It doesn't speak to his ability to do the job. It speaks merely to his honesty. And then the question becomes, well, how much did he know? Or was this somebody else writing the bio and he didn't notice it? Or did he say, hey, I know they didn't have it. Somebody might write of me, say that he graduated from Yale. That's not true. I dropped out. But I might not make a big deal about it, as you point out, if somebody says, actually, I would. But
Well, you would if you were being hired, and that was.
But
on
I
the
might
bio,
not notice if it was in a bio that I didn't
write. Yeah, but this is going on for a while. Here's what I have. Here's the real problem I have with this sort of thing, because I've known a bunch of people that I would just call pathological liars. And they when they make up anything, you always have to assume maybe a lot of it is bull crap. And, maybe a lot of their skills are bull crap. When you start seeing bull crap, you have to, maybe once in a while it's a one-shot bull crap. The guy was accidentally full of it. But generally speaking, when a guy is full of it at any level, he is full of it on a lot of levels. And I get real skeptical when I run into one of these guys because they try to trick you into believing stuff that's not true.
It speaks to his integrity.
Yes.
Yep. I don't know. I don't know enough about this specific situation, and certainly if someone's a pathological liar, I'm not going to defend that practice. But I do know, I look at my own life, I'll tell somebody that I went to University of Texas at Austin, where I studied the Plan 2 honors program in history. And the fact is, I had enough history credits that if I was one...
Planet 2?
It's a special honors programs at UT where it's they only take 150 students each year.
And you go to a planet?
Plan 2.
Oh, I'm
Plan 2. It's its own liberal arts major, right? And so
you didn't finish?
No, I did, but after I graduated, I discovered that if I had taken just one more history class, I would have had a double major. But I didn't.
What was your major? What was your major in? Plan 2?
Plan 2 is the name of the major, believe it or not.
Anyway.
Anyway, the point is, if somebody misreported... If somebody misreported or misinterpreted my statement to mean that I said that I had 2 degrees,
you would correct them.
Well, it depends on the situation.
You wouldn't really
in the middle of an interview, I probably would.
But if it was in your official bio,
well, yeah. I mean, I would. It's amazing to me how times an amorphous statement like "I studied blank and blank" could be interpreted immediately. Gets
so this is all really about you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
your concern about not having any real degree, but this bogus Plan 2 thing from some correspondence
How did you ever
school
get a
for
job
all
as a
we
fire
know.
breather?
I know.
By the way, what is Agenda 21?
Agenda 21 is this. You should go to the UN site and download. Don't download it. Never mind, because it's 700 pages of a entire scheme to take over the governments of all the world to create a better planet. It's basically a one world government scheme that has very specific things that everybody has to do who signs on to this,
including getting a degree.
And the United States of America.
It's about environment.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's about the
Start
earth.
reading it.
It's to protect the earth.
Yeah, that's the cover.
To resolve widening inequalities in income.
There you go. There's another one.
To solve the...
So in other words, we're supposed to give our money to poor African countries. It's all really aimed at soaking the U.S.
It says it's about sustainable development.
Yeah. It's a good one.
All right, we're going to move. By the way, Scott Thompson's response to this is, the tech world is out for blood. You should just focus on your job.
Why are we out
pay
for
less
blood?
attention.
We don't even know the guy.
One thing we can agree on.
That's what I'd like to ask you guys. Why are you out for blood when you don't even know this guy?
We're not out for blood.
One thing you can agree on. Just one more reason that Yahoo is just going straight down the tubes.
Anything wrong?
It's so you got to feel for them. This is the comedy of errors.
I think